Zastal gra to wyjątkowe i jedyne w tym sezonie wydanie naszego programu. Gość specjalny, Żan Tabak, nie musimy tego pana przedstawiać. Opuszcza Zieloną Górę, tak jak państwo doskonale wiedzą. No i postanowiliśmy ten ostatni raz zaprosić trenera przed nasze kamery, no i porozmawiać o tych dwóch spędzonych sezonach w Zielonej Górze. Będą najpierw pytania stricte dotyczące tych 2 lat, a później również pytania od was, od kibiców. Tak więc zaczynajmy. Dzień dobry, trenerze.
Dzień dobry.
Jak twój polski po 2 latach?
Tak.
Okay, coach. I would like to start our conversation from the final against Ostrów, and first question is Rolo is convinced that if Zastal play at home, Zastal will be a champion. Do you agree with Rolo?
For me, I don't want to talk about anymore about finals, about Ostrów. For me, this is end of story. Okay, I can tell you my opinion about all that, and then we can start talk about that, because going over and over doesn't make no sense. We lost the final at the moment when we released the players. So we didn't lose the final in Ostrów. Yes, I think so. It will be different if we play normal playoff. Definitely playing in the Ostrów affected. Definitely long VTB season with the tiredness affecting us. But all that is less. What is the most, that's a question that we released 2 players, the 2 players left, and we were not anymore the same team. We play against Ostrów during the year with a complete team. On the final of the cup, we beat them, I think so, by 26. So if we kept the team together, I think so definitely stuff will be different. But there is no point talking about that anymore, because of the responsible economical decision, because of the way that we went for the 2 years to give the club financial responsibility. Club owner, board members, they take a decision to sell the player, to have a regular economical season, and to keep going what we were doing this year, to give this club financial stability.
Okay, coach. One of your trophies is with us.
Yes.
For this season. If anyone would say you before you joined to Zastal that you achieved 4 trophies and 2 times playoff VTB, what did you tell this person?
First of all, I didn't have idea what to expect. I knew it that I was coming to a club that have a really problematic and not stable future. Yeah. But I took a challenge. I took a challenge because through the VTB, I saw my opportunity to go ahead. We did great work for this club. We did great work in all competitions. We won 1 league, we won 1 cup, 1 super cup, and 2 years in a row we did it what no Polish team ever made before. And that's playoff. And also, I think so just one time in the history, 1 no VTB team made over 50% in the VTB. No, I'm sorry, 1 not Russian team. So if somebody told me 2 years ago that we will achieve all this, I will be happiest man on the earth. Since human beings, sportmen, athletes, we are ambitious and we are always satisfied. You always are looking how we could do even more.
Okay. So what was the most important thing for you during this year? Maybe event, maybe game.
For me, was most important. I learned during all these years that I've been working in different teams as a player, as a coach. My memory doesn't stay with the trophies, with the games, with the moments. My memory stays with the people. I was fortunate in last 2 years to work surrounded by the people, in the staff, in the club, and especially players that we were lucky to choose on the court. There was an extremely good group of the people. Okay. And that stuff made it as successful. Not the money, not pure basketball stuff, but the stuff that at every moment we were acting like the one.
Do you regret something?
Do I regret something?
Yeah, from this 2 years.
Like I told you before, I always try to put stuff behind, not to think too much, because it's really easy. I don't know how you say on the Polish, but there is a saying in Croatian and many other languages. It's really easy to be general after the battle. Okay, so I don't want to try to look back at them, because it's easy to look now. But at the moment the decision was made during these 2 years, they was always made at the most professional way, thinking always about one thing, and that's objective, where we put in the beginning, when I came here, that's to give financial stability to the team.
Okay. You said after the last game in the final that you loved Poland.
Yes.
For what? For only for preparation kapusta?
No.
Because
Poland,
you said yeah that you love.
There are a lot of things in the Poland that reminds me of not of the place where I'm coming from, because I say Croatian have a kind of two different culture. Have Mediterranean culture and have continental culture what is inside of Croatia. That part that is inside of Croatia that is beautiful. It reminds me a lot of the Poland. It reminds me by the food. It reminds me the way the players live, the way cities are made. So there are a lot of things here that reminds me home. That's the first thing. Second thing, I love Poland. When I say Poland, what is my reference of the Poland? Basketball in Zielona Góra.
Okay.
I went to visit a lot of different cities around, but I didn't live there. So for me, you know, I like to be Zielona Góra. Zielona Góra was my home for the last 2 years.
Yes. Yeah.
I spend more time with the people from the team and the players and the staff that I spend with my family. And I think so Poland, in many senses, but the sense for me is really important, that's basketball, is a country that have a huge possibility. This is a big country with economy that is growing, with really good gyms, with a really good basketball facility. So there are a lot of things here that if things are done the right way, can work for the Poland in the future.
Okay. What is your favorite dish in Poland? Bigos, yeah?
No.
Yes.
Now I will leave, and before I will go, I need to eat last 2 poncheks.
Okay.
Okay, because I grew up in Croatia. We also have a poncheks, and I grew up for the morning, every morning eating ponchek with milk or yogurt. Okay. So before I go back to Spain, I definitely want to eat my last 2 Polish poncheks.
Okay, I've got a few questions from the fans.
Sure.
To you. First question, Bartosz Urbański asks, what do you remember from stay in Zielona Góra?
In Zielona Góra?
Yeah. In Poland, especially.
Yes, but I mean, I can talk about Zielona Góra. I always say Zielona Góra is clean, green, and small. These 3 things describe Zielona Góra.
Okay.
It's a really clean, it's a really green, and it's a really small. What is that meaning? I live in Madrid. That's 7 million people.
Yeah.
During most of my life, I always lived in the big cities. I love big cities. Okay. I think so. If I have a small kids and the family, this Zielona Góra will be perfect place. This is the way I see it. It's a really nice place to raise the family.
It's a big compliment for us.
Yes, it's a safe, it's a clean, it's affordable.
Okay.
I also can see by the people from my staff, they are telling me the schools are good. That I mean, we are here also close to the Germany, close to a couple. It's a really nice place.
Okay. The weather would be better, yeah.
But you know, you cannot have everything. On the places where you have a good weather, you are missing something else. But me, in the age I am, that my kids already left home, I like big cities.
Okay.
This is the way I am. This is the first thing. I am really pleasantly surprised by the way, especially people who I don't even know, on the streets, the way they received me, the way they treat me during the last 2 years. So I really felt good in Zielona Góra. I said already, I'm sure that someplace in the future, our path, me and the Polish basketball, me and Zielona Góra, we're going to cross again. Now I need a step back. Now I need some rest. I need to take some different step in my personal life, in my career. But I'm sure in the future that we're going to see each other again.
Okay. Another question from the supporter. He asks for 3 advices for the club and for the fans.
3 advices for the club. Number 1 advice for the club is that the way the club is going right now, in this direction, VTB, Polish League, it's a good direction until club reaches financial stability. When club reaches financial stability and club is able to make a teams from the day one that they're going to compete for winning everything, I think so the club needs to go in the different direction. In the different direction is meaning we can sign the more players and make a longer roster so we can keep competing VTB, because people need to remember VTB, it's the second best European league. You are competing against EuroLeague teams, Eurocup teams, against teams with a 3 or 4 times better budget, and we proved that we can do it. So this is good direction. I think so, at least until club gets to the good financial situation. And for the fans, I don't have advice, but I have a message for the fans. I'm really sorry that in the historical season that we have this year, when they could see on our court that we beat some really, really top European teams, they could not be with us. I was really sorry. I know people see me on the street and they are really excited and enjoying, but I'm sorry that they could not be with us.
Okay, so next question is connected with what you said. Do you think that with Lude and with Lude, not with Lude, with Ife and with Marcel, Zastal will be a champion?
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I have no doubt.
Okay.
No doubt. I have no doubt. I mean, this is we could see during the whole year the way we handle all the opponents on the level of the VTB or what, you know. It's just question. I'm not saying that it's bad decision, because if I'm on the place of the people who are leading the team and my responsibility is the future of the team, I will do the same thing. Okay. The other thing is that I'm not in that place. I'm coach, players, and who got most hurt in this combination is me and the players that were staying here. It's really difficult in the year that there are no income from the people from the stands. There are no tickets. There is no help from the city. So in all this, it's very difficult to survive, and the club did it what they could best to survive.
Okay, well, next question is very interesting in my opinion. Piotr Czerniawski asks which team was better and why? With Lude or with Ife?
I don't think so.
The team until the cup, yeah? So with Ife and with Marcel.
Okay. First of all, there are 2 different teams. Last year, we had 9 players rotation. We were rotating with the 9 players. When I say rotation, these are 9 solid players that can play on the level of the VTB. And it's a longer roster. And I think so last year roster was a more equilibrated and more the way a roster should look in the future.
Okay.
This year roster, we hit the jackpot. We hit a really lottery by the signing some players that went above all the expectations. So some singular players that we had in this year team, they are better than they were last year, and they made us win some really tough opponents. The last year we were not even close. But I think so the last year's team, it was a more stable, more equilibrated, and something that team, the Zelona Gora as a team, needs to look to build in the future.
Okay, another question. Olosz Wirski asks, who are you going to vote for the best coach last season?
Who I am going to vote?
Yeah.
Listen, I really don't remember. Last night we have a dinner.
No,
last night we have a dinner.
Okay.
And I don't remember what we eat for the dinner. So for me, living in the past is not my thing. I really don't remember. I don't want to say something that later on just to invent, but I really don't remember. And when I'm voting, I'm always voting, especially for the coaches, according not winning or losing, but according the stuff that I see on the court that the coaches are doing, because there are some coaches that don't make even to the playoff, and they are doing great job, because you always need to see what do you give to coach and what he is getting from that.
Okay, last question. Do you recommend Oliver Widin for Janusz Jasiński, for Zastal?
I don't recommend nobody. This is not my job. I'm not general manager of the team. When Janusz asked me about advice, I'm going to give my advice, but on the end, I'm not the one that's supposed to live with that coach or with that player for the year. They are the one they're going to take consequences, good and bad, on the good or bad side. So I can give my opinion, but I'm not the general manager of this team.
Okay. Besides questions, Zastal fans, thank you for the last 2 years. Watching this team which you coach was a big pleasure for them. They type on the Twitter, for example. They wish you all the best. Last question from me.
Yes.
Is any game that you play again? Any game from these 2 years?
Any games that I would like to play again?
Play again, yeah. For CSK, for
No,
example.
no. I will always say that I'm most proud of the CSK game. I explain you why. The good coach team, when team is a good coached, okay, you can see on the way the coach is not there because team is keep doing the same thing. If team is a good coach, if team is a good machine, even when you step away for the short time, you can see the team is working. So this is what I'm saying. We are not talking about single players that each one is good or not. This was good team. Both years we have a good group of people, a good team that, you know, even you can step aside, they still keep going.
Okay. I hope that is not farewell, but only temporary.
I'm sure one way or the other way I'm going to be back in Polish basketball for sure.
Okay. Thank you, coach, for
Thank you.
everything. It was a big pleasure for me.
Pleasure all
with
mine.
you. Żan Tabak był moim i Państwa gościem. To nie był last dance trenera, tak jak Państwo słyszeliście. Mamy nadzieję, że Żan Tabak jeszcze do Polskiej Ligi, do Zielonej Góry zawita. Do zobaczenia, wszystkiego dobrego.